Where the fuck is McClay? All right, the Bogcast, episode 87, MANdotE.
There you go. That's about right.
Like cannoli?
It's man. Yeah, you know, it's many things. You know, whatever you want to say with it. Bogcast 87. Take MANdotE.
All right. Action. You can just say that. Okay.
Awesome.
Action.
This is the Bogcast, episode 87. I'm your host, Keith Obit, joined with my co-host, Brian McClay. We are brought to you by Bang Salon. Come get all your hair needs, including cuts, natural colors, vivid colors, extensions, shampoo and stylings, all under one roof at Bang Salon. Find and message Bang Salon on Instagram at Bang Salon, at BANGDSALON. Use promo code
Bogcast
for 20% off your first visit. So come on down and get banged by Jordan. But if you really try to bang her, fucking kill you. Cool.
Check us out on Spotify, on iTunes, on Google Play, all your famous podcatchers. Make sure to check us out on Instagram, and like and subscribe, comment, leave a review. iTunes, help us out.
Yeah.
Sweet, thanks,
Hell
Brian.
yeah.
Well,
Hell
we
yeah.
have another very special guest in the house today. Another guest that we should have had him on fucking 80 episodes ago. He's
What the
a
hell?
very
The fuck, dude? I've been calling, texting.
Well, you were a very
DMing.
pivotal part of the podcast in the very early stages because you actually shot our intro, dude.
Yeah, man.
And I
It was
don't
so
even
much
know if
fun.
you know this, but I do get a lot of good feedback about that and people asking like who shot this and shit like that. So I just want to say
Nice.
we really do appreciate that.
Yeah. Shout out to Chad as well. Chad Dooley. Just us three
Yeah.
shot that. It was
Got
great.
some permission from the city to go on the light rail. Had some run-ins with the fucking
Dude, even with permission, man, we were kicked off.
I
Even
was
with
so
permission.
pissed off, dude. Like not only did I get permission through the city that said, you're good, and I had the documentation on my phone. We even remember when we got dropped off the light rail, we met with like the chief of the fucking security,
Yeah.
and they're like, I'll send a fucking
Took,
message
like,
out to
5
everybody,
minutes.
like
Yeah.
cool. And then sure as shit, as we're in the middle of a shot, I just see two security guards kind of like, I can't wait to fuck this up.
They were
And
so excited.
I'm like trying to do my shit and like acting or whatever, and I'm like, I could see him like, these I was so fucking mad. Chad,
Keith was so close to nailing that take, and I like saw it in his eyes, like he's doing his thing. I'm like, don't look, Keith, and he like looks behind me, looks back at the camera, and then just
Chad probably has me on video being a complete dick to them because I was
Yeah,
I kind of snapped.
you
I
were
was just so
pissed.
mad because, like I said, I spent so much time going out of my way to not have to
make
deal
it
with
legit,
that,
dude.
You know what I mean? And it's like, did you not get the fucking message? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
But
it was a great intro.
But then afterwards, they end up trying to like kind of kiss our ass. They're like, "Oh, we'll actually block this area for you guys." Blah blah blah. Because they realized how mad I was.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
They took it
You're
back.
there for a reason. Get that shit done. Knock it out.
Yeah, they switched sides. It was cool.
But that intro evolved because originally I just wanted it to be a time lapse of just the camera in the front of the light rail of just like going through the city. Remember?
Yeah, no, yeah. Your initial
But
thoughts. Yeah.
you guys added like so many extra more shots that I never even thought of that just kind of made it more. I
Yeah.
honestly didn't even want to be in the intro, but it just everything happened by accident. Even the part where like, where the fuck's McClay? And I remember doing that shit because you shot that part
that
too.
was
Remember?
fun. Yeah, that was fun.
But I
That was
remember
just
you were like,
you and I.
this doesn't make sense. Like what like, because you didn't know who McClay was, and I knew,
like,
but
who's
I knew at the
McClay?
time like this is gonna work because eventually people will know who he is. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
exactly. You had the vision of what it's gonna be.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. In a sense, I guess.
And
kind of.
I was just like, yeah, I'll show up with a camera. Okay,
Yeah.
let's try this.
No, but you filmed it like I don't know. You filmed it.
I remember when Keith showed me the intro for the first time. I was like, "All right, this is gonna be legit. We're
yeah.
doing this. We're doing this shit legit."
Gave you
Like,
that motivation.
Yeah,
It was like, this
this
is real.
isn't. Yeah,
like I'm
this
not
is-
fucking around.
yeah, we ain't fucking around anymore.
Yeah, man. And that's actually the thing too, is like, I remember you just had a rough idea. And that's like the coolest part of shooting with friends is like, you kind of just, when you're in the moment, it just grows and adapts and just and sometimes honestly, I show up with footage. I'm like, I have no idea what I'm really going to do yet. But then you like lay it out and then you're just like,
moments get
piecing it,
created,
and then
even, yeah.
it turns into something that was like fueled by like the idea, but just kind of was allowed to be free and to develop how, you know, as it wants.
Yeah.
Which is the best way to create. Because I've worked with places where it's like, you must, this has to be this has to be that.
That's not creativity to me, though.
Dude, that's why,
it's got to be fun. It's got to be fun,
dude.
And when you're able to, like you said, create with people, what do they call that? They collaborate.
Yeah.
Like this is a collaboration. Like it just makes it so much more enjoyable.
Like,
totally, man.
Plus, well, to be honest with you, sometimes I don't, I guess, feel confident enough in my own ideas in art. Like the reason why I like collaborating with other people is for them to tell me either it's a good idea or not idea, but then like you were saying, it just fuels other ideas, whether it's with music. Like I love writing with other people. I don't feel confident enough to write full songs, even though I did, you know what I mean, with and shared them with that band, but I always like those other individuals to collaborate with, because it just makes it more, but not just inspire, but it makes it more interesting and not just one-sided. Like there's very few musicians that even to me can get away with that. Like Trent Reznor is like one of the few who just writes all his own shit, you know what I mean? I know he gets with Atticus Ross and shit, but like
9 Inch Nails, right?
He is 9 Inch Nails.
He is,
he is all of 9 Inch Nails, which you know, normally I would say that's a bad idea, but like take for example the Deftones. You know, they're all into completely different styles of music. They want to fucking fight and break up every album they write. But because of that, they have their own like kind of unique sound. You know what I mean? Because one's into metal, one's into fucking Depeche Mode and shit.
It's like a big stew. They're all throwing the ingredients.
Yeah.
in.
So when you get people together, like me, you and Chad, we're into the same shit, but we're all into completely different shit at the same time. You get these different fucking ideas. That's how the intro was fucking became what it was, you know?
That's so true. And kind of like how you brought up 9 Inch Nails, like some people, like musicians though, they are so like they know exactly what they want, and they probably feel like if someone else comes in, they're like, oh, like, you know, you're not seeing it, you're not getting it. Like it's almost like, I actually know a musician like that who, and it's like totally respectful, but like he doesn't need anybody. Like he does drums, guitars, sings, screams. He is like,
I respect people with that much confidence. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
I personally like definitely like I thrive in like a collaborative.
For sure. Me too.
Most people do.
Yeah. It's the best thing, especially with music, dude.
You know, humans need that not necessarily collaboration, but they need that interaction with other humans. And that's why we thrive in that environment, because we need that interaction for our
That's
for
how
our
we
psyche.
survive, bro. That's how we survive.
That's our psyche, yeah. And not only that, you're right. Like that is how you survive, by creating groups that help each other, communities that help each other. That's how humans fucking evolved, right?
Absolutely, man.
But
it's a beautiful thing.
When did you guys shoot the music video?
Shit, dude! Like
that was a while ago.
Well, like I would say, when was the first episode of the Bogcast? Do you guys remember?
February. Well, we shot it February 10th, and then it was released 2 weeks later of last year of 2019.
Because I think we did the video like 2 months before, 3 months before.
No, we did that in the fucking summer, dude. It was hot as balls.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna ask, because
like it fucking. Remember, it kind of sucked. Like it didn't suck.
I don't remember that
because of those elements.
Yeah.
So he just hit me up and he's like, "Hey, man, I've always wanted to make a music video to the song Something in the Way by Nirvana."
Oh, this music video.
Is that what you're talking about?
I thought you were talking about, my bad. I thought you were talking about the intro for the Bogcast.
No, the music video. Yeah.
So, and I'm fucking, if you know me, like I was a Kurt Cobain kid, you know, when I was fucking 13, 14, I got a guitar because of him, fucking gave up sports, fucking. So when he said make a music video for Something in the Way, I was like, fuck. And at the time I had long hair and a beard and shit. So,
you had the look.
But you wanted me kind of not as Kurt Cobain, more as like
kind of like
homeless.
Yeah, someone who's like just no home, nomad,
rock bottom,
exactly. And that was some of the grief, some of the feedback we got was like, he doesn't look like he's really that homeless in this.
And this wasn't like, you know, obviously like a paid gig or anything like that. And I didn't give a shit about that, because I know sometimes the best things that you do is just when someone creative motherfucker hits you up and says, hey, I got this idea. You just want to go out and just do it. And I just hopped on and so we went down to Tempe Town Lake. I think first, right?
Yeah.
And it was dried out. So, you know, you could see fucking dead fish in there and shit. And
we got some pretty raw footage,
So we actually found like guy's homeless little encampment outside, because he had like a little bed made out of like shrub.
Yeah,
in a sense, like tree, like little branches and shit. And then there was
homeless people nearby, like pretty much throughout the shoot.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we were like in that was like, that's where they stayed.
Was it like Skid Row area or something?
No, this
it was under like Tempe Town, the bridge, not Tempe Town Lake Bridge, but by the Tempe Town Center. It's like there's a bridge right there.
Okay.
But yeah, we went under that, and we found a lot of good footage there. And we actually, one thing is Keith, he didn't know that there was a homeless man listening. But I remember you were saying something. You're like, wouldn't it suck if like, you know, we were actually like, I was actually like home. Like he was saying something, like you said something that was like, would be offensive if you were homeless. And I'm like Keith, dude. There's a guy back here just like trying to sleep. Like we're at his house. Like,
I wasn't trying to be disrespectful.
No, it was more like,
you know, funny, I was actually probably
introspective.
I didn't mean to be like, this would suck. I was like, probably like, man, this is like, it was because it's so. I was actually like sad.
It was being aware.
I've never been
you were showing
like,
awareness.
Yeah. I wasn't like, it was like a sad thing to see. Like, man, this is where fucking someone sleeps. It's hot as balls right here, even in the shade. You know,
you're sleeping on fucking branches.
Dude, there was about 1 million ants going over. And I mean, just the bugs and everything. So,
and there's a lot of people that fucking that's their daily routine, man.
Yeah, man, and that's actually one thing. I mean, I don't really feel like I'm giving anything away. But just off the top, I've been wanting to do this for years, and I only have like two pieces of footage right now of this document just people's lives who are kind of going through shit, you know, like homeless or someone that I meet that's like, yeah, like just pretty much to kind of. I don't want to sound like it's like exposing them or like
just like bringing a reality to it.
It's kind of like, because when I talk to certain people, man, it sometimes changes me, because it's like it gives you a sense of like gratitude and like empathy, and sometimes you're like, dude, fuck, like I'm also going through that in my own way, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And empathy, that's probably the most important thing. But I want to like create like a series of that, and I know people do that already, but I want to do one for Arizona. There's a lot of people that I already like just talked to. Walk into Circle K or something, and it ends up being like a 30-minute conversation. I'm just like, oh, I wish I recorded this.
Would you film them and then the narrative would just kind of just be them talking, or would you act like a host and also like would it show you also? Would you just be behind the scenes?
I would want to do it just first I want to take a picture of them, a couple photos, and then I would then just maybe like a 10-minute or however long, just me asking them questions. And then I would put it out. It would be a picture of them, and I would take one of like the more like resonating pieces of what they said. I would put it as the caption, and then you could swipe, and then there'd be the video of it too. So it'd just be me behind the camera asking questions about their life.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's just, but like, so, and that's one thing is like, I think that's why that music video is something in the way, like that visual interpretation really of a song. But
so what was it about that song though?
Dude, it was in the lyrics. It's just to me, it just is someone who hits rock bottom. Someone who has something that they know is hurting them and destroying them, but they can't stop allowing it to do that. And it's like that type of just pain, that type of pain and like loneliness. And that's what I feel when I listen to that song. And I think that just, I don't know, man. I feel inspired by stuff like that sometimes.
Oh, me too.
You know what I mean? Like more of like the real shit.
There's times where I just, you know, listen to any type of music, you know, on my Spotify or whatever, and then like I'll just picture the music video for it. You know what I mean? I'm just like, dude, this would be sick or whatever.
And
I wish I could direct this or whatever, you know. So I know what you mean.
And then when you actually make it, there's like nothing better than that.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than seeing your art, like seeing what you created.
Yeah, he got like some really badass like wide shots, like where I'd go fucking like almost like 75 to 100 yards away and like walk across, and you know, like he was really artistic with the shots. But then he's like, day 2, I found a location. It's an abandoned hotel.
Oh man.
Yeah.
This is the coolest. That was the coolest
abandoned
spot.
hotel.
An abandoned hotel, dude, and probably
in middle
80% occupancy.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. It's like right in middle of it's like by Old Town. It's by Old Town. You would never expect it, and I only found it because I was making a skate video for my friend, and we just drove around the area to try to find skate spots. And I like see this like hotel or like this apartment looking thing. I'm like, maybe there's some stair sets we pull in, and it's like completely abandoned. And I'm like, this kind of looks cool. Let's go check it out. We start walking in there, and there's like rooms that you can still go in, and there's like beds. Like it looks like they just
full homeless people's fucking get-ups in these rooms. You know what I mean? But they're like completely just trashed. Like one of them. Remember there's shit on the floor. Like in one of them, like it was gross.
There was
dude.
shit on the floor, and I'm like filming it. Keith's like, "Do you really need to get that shot?"
I know. He's filming shit. I'm like, do we really need this?
Well, dude, hey, B-roll, bro. You never know. B-roll, dude.
That's a
butthole roll.
That's a great saying, because
we had enough B-roll, bro.
What do you always complain about?
Where's the shit shot?
BTS, man. BTS.
That's different than B-roll.
It's kind of the same though, because it's filler shots, you know.
Behind the
oh
scenes.
no, yeah, you know my bad. Yeah, BTS would be more like credits.
Yeah.
Film whatever you can, man. Fuck it.
Always keep the cameras rolling.
Always keep them rolling. Yeah.
Yeah. So then, he opens up one room, and the room's completely.
Dude,
actually, we went into a couple of them.
Bro, we got really, really cool shots. We went into a couple of them, but the one that was the sketchiest one,
completely dilapidated. Just
someone's living there.
Yeah,
like
someone just left. The bed's still warm. And he's like, all right, let's just get a quick shot. You're just go shoot heroin on that bed over there. I'm like, okay.
Not real heroin, by the way.
Yeah, not real heroin.
Obviously.
It was a prop. But I was like, all right. So I just fucking the match was just on the ground. It was fucking piss stains. It's so fucking gross. But luckily I was covered, in clothes. So I just fucking went up, got the shot. Chad was there. He was at the fucking
Chad's like guarding the door.
He was the lookout in case the guys.
I could just see Chad being a lookout.
He's all. He was fucking
roll.
No, he was fucking nervous.
He was.
He was like,
we all were kind of like a little nervous, but
yeah, you should be. Fuck yeah.
We were in because like
fucking with the dude shit.
There was like this part of the room that like we didn't even go into. It was like kind of behind where you were, and it was all dark. And then Keith later was like, "Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting like someone just to come around the corner, just stab you or something." I'm like, great, that's how you felt the whole time we're shooting this scene. You could tell me that.
So what'd you use for the prop heroin?
RSO.
Nice.
It looks like fucking.
Well,
it's
every time,
it's fucking black. And I just fucking put it up like this, and I mean, the shot looked real, right?
It looked legit. It looked legit. So wait, how does? And by the way, real quick, that's just pure wax, right?
No,
is that CBD or
weed? It's
THC?
All of it. You get all the goodies. You get the best of the CBD, and you get the psychoactive that sends you to another fucking dimension.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I can give you some, dude. We got some.
Yeah.
We live by put a little ice cream.
We live by that. We live by that shit, bro.
That's awesome, man.
That shit will save people's lives. It has saved people's lives.
Yeah, but
I think I remember hearing.
It's not just about that. It's more about the the effects it has as far as for inflammation, anxiety. Just it has so many different properties that it can help you with. That's good for you. Like I look at it as a
mentally and physically.
I look at it as a vitamin. I take it with all my other vitamins, and in the morning, and I also take it before bed. Helps you sleep at night.
Do you take lion's mane by chance?
No, I've heard of that. I think I heard Rogan talking about.
That's just vitamin E, right?
It's like it's a type of mushroom, right? So I don't. There's probably
is that the Paul Stamets shit?
Yeah, exactly. It's supposed to help with memory and like.
No, I saw that some guy at the vitamin shop was trying to tell me that.
Mushrooms are supposed to be really good for that.
Yeah, and that's good for like energy. I heard as well.
Yeah.
That's all very fascinating.
It should be. Yeah.
I want to do more research.
Like psychotropics or whatever.
Yeah.
No,
nootropics.
Nootropics. Yeah. And yeah.
Psychotropics too. Fuck it.
But add them all, dude. Put them all. We need it every day.
Like what do they call that? A suicide when you're a kid? You go up to the soda machine and you get a little bit of everything.
Oh yeah.
Just drop it all in there.
Put it all in, dude. Yeah, there used to be a drink we made called Whale's Vagina. Don't ask how, don't ask why, but it was a drink we made when we were in high school.
With alcohol or just...
No, just Circle K fucking sugary drinks. Powerade with like 3 shots of like the blueberry thing. Yeah. No, dude, back in the day, dude, we were innocent.
You a late bloomer on the partying? Or?
No, hell no.
Oh.
Nobody's that innocent.
Yeah, come on, not that innocent.
Yeah, what are you talking about? There's a lot of kids that fucking, they're 21, 22. They still haven't even drank and shit.
No, I think.
Yeah, brophy, dude. We're talking about real men. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
Yeah.
I feel like there's a whole group of people that we never grew up with that are just completely antisocial, never get off the computer. To be honest with you, I know someone like this.
Yeah.
And they just they don't have any friends. They've never partied. You know what I mean? They don't even drive. You know, they're like 21, 22 years old. And there's
That's
a
like
lot
good.
of
That's
people.
like good and bad.
I don't know.
Like, do you guys think it's more bad than good?
Wait, I think it's bad. Like he was saying
Yeah.
earlier, we need that fucking interaction
that
and
is
that
true.
fucking
That is true.
human contact. And the way the world's going, it's already like desocializing us with no touching and the handshaking.
Dude,
And
people got to get
people
outside
are
more,
freaked
dude.
out. Yeah, nature.
Vitamin D,
fucking-
baby. That's like the number one preventative for corona.
That's a
COVID.
That's a biggest deficiency everyone has in Phoenix,
Yeah.
which is funny because we're so fucking goddamn hot and sunny.
Well,
here.
that's why, because
Everyone's-
nobody wants
it's
like
too hot.
It's too
yeah,
fucking
everyone's
hot,
inside.
dude.
Yeah.
Let me tell you
I
what.
love it. I love it, dude.
It's been gorgeous last couple of days, but it is too hot right now. Like it affects everything we do. Fuck it.
The global warming, bro.
Global warming, and
real.
yeah,
At least it's almost monsoon season.
yes, it is.
In hurricane season, I read, read.
We don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. No, but it's it impacts the world. You know, it impacts us all. We're all in this together.
Okay, yeah,
come
I
on,
guess.
come on.
I don't know. My grandma lives in Florida, but fuck her.
Bye,
No, seriously.
dude. You might want to tell her she needs to move. It's
I
either
don't
gonna-
care. I'm
it's-
serious.
dude. Come on, that's your granny, dude. You can't let granny go.
Yeah, I can. Long story.
Either it's gonna be a landslide into the ocean or just swept up by a hurricane. Florida, not a good place to be, people.
No.
Arizona's the place to be.
Yeah, no natural
except if
disasters.
you're getting in trouble by the popo. Just kidding. Let's not
Yeah,
bring that up.
yeah. Fuck those
You don't want to
guys.
get political?
Nah. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't care.
It-
But no, it shocks me. I mean, not really, but Phoenix PD literally does have the highest crime shootings.
Really?
Yeah, the highest deaths in the country.
I don't know why. I was always
Phoenix PD.
not that I fear the police as much as anyone
If
else
that's
should,
wrong,
but
don't shoot me.
I always actually was more scared of the Glendale police than the Phoenix police.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because of their fucking lame,
had
strict fucking. Remember their speed limit laws?
Yeah.
Like it's our town, slow down, and like. But we grew
They
up
had
in
a
Glendale.
reputation.
But I just feel like I don't know. Phoenix cops are a little bit nicer than the
Yeah.
Glendale cops.
I mean,
but-
it's just.
I
just
can't
gotta
judge
gain-
them like
they
that.
gotta gain
I can't
trust.
judge them
I
like
don't
that.
know.
They got to gain.
Cops are
all
cool,
all
whatever.
cops have to gain their trust back, and we have to, as morally conscious people, need to be able to realize that they're doing a shitty job, but it's a job that needs to be done. So there's everybody needs to change. Game over. We don't need to talk
Exactly.
anymore
Yeah.
about
I
it.
agree,
Yeah,
though.
right.
I
Yeah.
agree. Maybe they just, just a psychological test.
Yep.
Maybe to make sure you're a good person before you are given the power.
We were talking about that on the last episode, but that's too hard because they're so desperate for officers to fill in the roles. They don't have time to do it.
Yeah,
They'll
but
take
that's
anybody.
not- that's
You know.
not- yeah,
I'm
that's-
not saying that's right. I'm just
No,
saying
you're
that's what's
totally-
happening.
you're
You
right.
know.
Yeah, that's right.
It's the whole situation's just fucked.
It's just, yeah, man. Hopefully this will shift into something positive, but it's gonna be a long road. It seems like, for sure.
It can be very positive. We'll see though.
Yeah, man.
So aliens.
Yeah. Yo.
I forgot what we were talking. So
Yeah,
this
that
is
guy-
what always happens: is before the podcast we talk about all kinds of cool shit, and
Yeah,
then we forget all this shit.
Mhm.
So this time we've never actually done this. We're like,
Yeah.
let's write this down, like all the cool shit we were talking
Well,
about.
I come in and it's pre-show and
we're just all
Manny and-
laughing, laughing.
Manny and Keith are having this great conversation about fucking aliens.
And he gets so jealous if
and
we're
I'm
not
getting
talking
jealous
about it.
because, like, dude,
McClay comes walking in like, dude.
I want to talk about this shit so bad, but I know we
And then
gotta
I'll
save it for the show because that's my fucking shit. Is aliens, man.
Dude, is that because you were abducted one time?
I wouldn't be surprised, bro. I have a dream story, dude, about getting abducted. That is crazy, dude.
No dream
I'm gonna
sequence.
clip that.
So
Is it the one that you talked about with Nick?
where me and my brother had
Yeah,
the
yeah,
same
yeah,
exact
yeah.
dream, the same exact night
I mean, yeah, I meant to actually make
about
a clip of that.
aliens abducting us.
Dude,
Yeah.
maybe in a past life, or maybe that
Who
really didn't
knows?
happen, dude.
I totally believe in it, bro. I totally believe in it. The fucking listen.
Dreams are crazy.
You know what's crazy is that the government came out and fucking said fucking UFOs are real.
It just went quietly.
Yeah, and they are visiting us, and we're telling you that is true, and nobody talked about it.
Yeah, because there was so much going on. That's when you release some serious shit.
And they did, right? Nobody
Like, all right, there's a pandemic. There's a
Yeah.
potential race war occurring. Let's,
Epstein bullshit,
yeah.
fucking all that
Bam,
craziness.
UFOs.
Yeah.
UFOs go.
Yeah.
UFOs go.
Yeah.
Slide it in there.
Yeah, come on,
This
come
is
on.
the
We need to
time.
get you in here. Come on, we're the aliens. I wouldn't be surprised, man.
No, but that's true, man. That's a good point. It's like, what, like, the fact that they're saying that it's real, like that's clearance for everyone to be like, it's real. Like my mom can no longer be like, aliens aren't real.
I never
Like,
thought that would happen in my lifetime.
I knew it. I knew it was
really?
going to happen. And here's why. Because the government's been trying to do it since the 60s, dude. They really fucking tried to do it. Matter of fact, they had a Disney documentary made about a meeting. It's not rumor. Like, I wouldn't call it rumor, but it's like people talk about this a lot as it really happened. Okay. And there's a lot of like info on it, like that makes people think it's real, that there was a secret meeting between Eisenhower and the aliens back in the 60s. And they videotaped it, and there's videotape of the UFO showing up, the aliens coming out, and Eisenhower talking to him somehow. And they gave this footage to these two directors who were working for Disney, and the reason why they did it through Disney is because they wanted to have somebody put it out so the populace wouldn't totally freak out. Yeah. Like if Disney put it out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So here's the crazy thing, right? So they weren't sure about it, so they freaked out, and they even advertised it in the TV guide. What? Like that whole month. Yeah,
Eisenhower and aliens.
UFO.
I want to get that
UFO,
TV guide.
Yeah, and the week before they got cold feet because they didn't have enough intel on what the public would do. So 30 years later, guess what happens? The internet. And the government has been fucking keeping their little ear to the fucking ground, the internet, listening and reading all these people talk about they'd be okay with aliens. They believe in aliens already. They've been doing it through Facebook. So what do? They go fucking tap Tom DeLonge on the shoulder from Blink-182.
Yeah, you would. I mean, that makes sense.
And who is the company that they leaked these videos to? To the Stars Academy. Tom DeLonge put these videos out months before the government came out and said, because he got in good with Podesta. If you go look at the Hillary Clinton emails, the Podesta emails, there's emails in there from Tom DeLonge to Podesta, and Podesta talking back to him about meeting up at a secret base to talk about this, to talk about getting it out to the public.
He's the new Disney.
Yes, he's the new Disney.
That shit's true.
All that shit's true, bro. And that's and if you've been following it like I have, you've known that for a long time. So the government's been trying to get this information out. They just needed the right time.
So they just been kind of like, but they never wanted to come out and be like, "Hey, we're saying it."
Yes, because people would freak out. We want
that information just in there in people's psyche, so people maybe just it's not as shocking.
Yes,
when we meet them.
Yes, because
if that was the only news, that would be like
that's coming.
You know,
when we fucking meet aliens.
Yeah,
are they peaceful? Is the question.
So here's the
or is this
thing.
like They Live, the movie They Live?
I think there's just an advanced version of us.
Who's to say there's one? Yeah, there's only one alien.
It's a whole different species.
There's
different
multiple types of aliens, right?
I mean,
dude, if the universe is that big,
absolutely,
and it's been around for billions upon billions of years, there's people who are more advanced than us. And they figured out how to fucking time warp.
Well, they're saying there's like the Greys, right?
Yeah, they're like more robotic,
the
right?
reptilians.
The reptilians are the overseers.
Which I like that one a lot, dude, because like the Planet X theory of there being that kind of
Nibiru.
Nibiru, exactly. The people on that planet, like that's just a really
I love shit.
That's
like
a
that,
beautiful like just concept to think about. Like there's a planet that's a part of our solar system. It's in orbit around our sun, but it's so far away that it takes time for it to actually come within.
These is this just like theory, or is there any like facts that back?
So
this
here's
up?
the
and
crazy
the reason I
thing.
ask this because it sounds. And I'm not just
I don't know.
Trying to talk shit about it, but it sounds like science fiction.
There's a lot of theory behind
Absolutely.
it. I'll give you the short answer. They've been talking about the 13th planet or whatever forever.
The 13th.
Oh, I didn't realize it was.
Planet X, 13th planet. That all the way back to the Sumerians. The Sumerians have an elliptical orbit planet that only comes around every 10,000 years. Yada yada yada. But here's the other crazy thing. There's a message board, and I'm flipping out about what they call it. They call it Project something, where the aliens came to us. And they said, we want to take some of your people back to our planet and show them what our planet is like. So they took these astronauts, these secret astronauts back to their planet. And they basically lived over there for like 20, 30 years, right? A couple of them died over there. And then they came back. And when they came back, This was in the 70s, I think.
Okay.
70s or 80s. And when they came back, it was the internet age, and a couple of them started posting on a message board, a forum. It's called Project something. Yeah.
Project X? Is that
No.
Okay. That's a movie.
I'm
Future
really,
episodes, we're gonna have your laptop hooked up so you can look this shit up.
But anyways, there's some people say it's fake, some people say it's real, but anyways, but the truth is that the Sumerians have been talking about this planet. They've actually said there is a planet that has a bigger orbit. They've found other planets that have elliptical orbits. They've found other planets. There is there's the asteroid belt in between, like where the fuck that shit come from, all this crazy stuff.
Yeah, man.
And
it's even getting crazier now with just from when we were kids and now, is as far as like all the different Earths that they're finding and all the different planets and stuff.
Parallel universes are now not just a theory, it's proven. Like NASA has come out and been like, we found a parallel universe.
With
there's proof of one.
With CERN.
I don't know if that was real. I think that
no, it is real.
It's real, man.
It is real. Yeah.
Okay, I thought I read something that like, because I read that and I was all stoked, and then I thought I read another article that said that wasn't actually true. That was fake.
I'm pretty sure it's real. Yeah. Like I read the article. They cited the scientists, the astrophysicists.
CERN, right? It was at CERN. It was the Large Hadron Collider, the LHC.
What is up with that?
Oh no, I thought maybe
because they proved that's the black hole shit.
I know with the Hydrogen Collider, but I haven't fucking even been following that in years. Has that still been going?
I don't know. That's a great question.
The reason why I'm asking is I wonder what that's the cause of all this crazy shit that's going
bro.
on, dude.
Oh, I don't like that.
I used to fucking be obsessed with that thing.
Like
Man even wrote a song about it in fucking Ghost Life, and I remember just thinking, dude, when this shit goes down, shit's gonna be fucking crazy. And look where we're at right now,
dude. They could have like just completely destroyed the Earth.
Stranger Things.
I always think I feel like I'm on an alternate timeline sometimes.
Stranger Things, bro.
Absolutely. I mean, the whole Donnie Darko idea.
Yeah,
it's just like
that shit wigged me out, bro. That was one of the first movies that I remember like not understanding it and then going to Wikipedia and getting drawn into the Wikipedia.
Those are my favorite kind of movies.
Yes.
I was like, oh my God, this makes this movie so amazing. And then you go back
reading other people's theories and thoughts on them, like in forums. I
always look up like the theories behind it and like ending explained.
For sure. Oh yeah.
I love that.
My favorite thing to do after watching a film is going on the IMDb and just like making sure like, all the actors, if I don't know who someone is, just kind of figuring out what they were into.
Yeah.
And then what you were just saying?
Endings explained.
Oh yeah. And then like going on YouTube and fucking watching different theories and fucking on endings or things in the background. What's that called? Easter eggs and shit like that.
And I'm always like, damn it, I didn't think of that. Like,
yeah, totally.
Oh, man,
totally.
But that's right.
And these people will come out with these videos like fucking an hour after the movie dropped too, and you're like, how the fuck did you figure all that shit out?
That's their job, dude. At that point. Yeah, man. But that concept, like, especially when you brought up dreams, McClay, like you and your brother having the same dream. I've had experiences like that as well, man. I've had experiences where, I dreamt of like a deceased relative that spoke to me, came through to me, and a week later they made themselves known physically. Like, wow. And if I could just tell you that story real quick, it's insane.
Bro. I want to hear it.
Oh,
Fuck yeah.
So my cousin, he passed away. This is probably about 4 years ago. He passed away at the ripe age, man, of like 28 or 30 on a motorcycle, and I really looked up to him. So like that like hit me, and I was like,
yeah, I'm sorry, man.
Oh no, well, thanks, man. Yeah, and like it was probably like weeks to a month later, I have this dream, and it was super super crazy, man. I've had a lot of dreams where it's like lucid, like I know I'm dreaming. I just had one last night, dude. Where I know I'm dreaming, and I can change what I'm doing.
A lot of people
I have those often.
Yeah,
I think I smoked too much weed to do that.
They do say once you cut back on smoking, you start to dream a little stronger.
Because you get into that REM sleep.
Yeah, exactly.
THC prevents you from really getting into that good REM sleep.
Which is crazy. Like the reason your eyes are wigging out when you're in REM is because your brain believes that you are actually experiencing what you see.
Yeah. But real quick, is that why you had those dreams? Is because you stopped smoking as much?
Smoking does something, right? With like the chemicals
That's
in your
what I'm
brain
saying.
where it prevents you.
Yeah, it prevents you. That's what I'm saying. Did you stop?
Or reaching that REM. Yeah, I don't know. I think I just sleep a lot. I think that's because I get like 8 hours, so I feel like usually
I don't sleep.
I don't remember anything.
I can't go into REM sleep. Like I sleep as soon as I hit REM sleep. As soon as I hit REM sleep, I wake up. You know what I
Your
mean?
brain's like, fuck this.
Yeah, because I quit breathing. I have the fucking sleep apnea.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
There you go.
Just boom.
So this, okay. So back to this spooky ass dream. So in my dream, I'm in my kitchen at my mom's house and where I was living at the time. And I'm like washing silverware, and it was like a family community thing. I remember like feeling my family's presence. I remember like kind of seeing family there. And I'm like, I remember washing like a knife specifically for some reason, but I'm like cleaning. My cousins are talking to me, and the garage door in the kitchen just swings open. And I turn around, and my cousin Corey was standing right there, eyes wide, just looking right at me. And him and I had this relationship where like he kind of was like a big brother bully kind of guy. Like he would give me shit, but like he would always be like, I love you, man.
Yeah.
So he like looks at me and he's like, do you want to know what it's like to die? And I was just like, what? He's like, dude, because at the time, I'm not gonna lie to you, at the time I was doing a lot of like soul searching. I always thought like, you know, just thinking, what is death? What happens? Maybe I was fearful of death. I was kind of like fascinated by it. You know, I still am, but that's like when it was really happening, probably because of losses in my life or whatever. He's like, do you want to know what it's like to die? I'm gonna be like, I was just like, you're here? Like, cause it felt real. I was like, how are you here right now? And he walks up to me and he makes a gun with his hand and he puts it in my mouth and he like pulls the trigger. And I remember like eyes rolled. I felt like I died and I felt like my body was leaving. Like I felt like I was entering this, like, I remember just like just not seeing anything, but like seeing light and like my body felt like it was being pulled out of my body in my dream, which felt like it was reality. And then I open my eyes and then he's like a part of me. Like he's becoming a part of me. And I remember being like, I'm like, stop, you're freaking me out. And I wake up.
Oh, jeez.
And I was like, that was a crazy dream. Dude,
fucking A.
A week later, dude. A fucking week later, man. I'm not kidding. I wake up at like 3 in the fucking morning to the front doorbell and the door being knocked. And I'm about to get up, but I already hear my stepdad beats me to the punch. He opens the door, and it's my mom. I hear them talking. I'm like, what the hell? Like, why was my mom? That's weird. Went back to sleep. I was like, whatever, they're fine. Wake up. My mom's like, Manny, did you lock the garage door on me last night? And I was like, what? She's like, I went to grab a water bottle from the garage fridge, and she said the door was locked. And the only way you lock this door, you have to, it's like a rusty thing. You have to really lock it. And she said the door was locked when she came back in. And right when she said it, I thought of the garage door in my dream of my cousin. And to me, that was like this connection that was like him letting me know, like, I really did visit you.
Yeah.
I really did.
Fuck yeah.
And that blew my mind. You know, that was just like, what? Like, they're around, you know, spirits are around. I don't know. But that was just one of the many spiritual kind of dreams I've had of like, I've had ones of my grandma where she came through.
That's what they say. They say it usually happens in your dreams.
I had one with my mom. My mom passed away in 2009, and
yeah,
it was probably about, I don't know, a few months later, and it's kind of weird. It took place. I was in the bed of my dad's house, the one on 51st Indian Hills, that old house over there, and for some reason, like. My mom was like in my closet and just had her hand out and was like reaching for it. And then as soon as like I went to grab her, she like disappeared. But like, and I woke up and I felt like it was so real, like that she was really there.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't as detailed as yours as far as like all those like events happening. But I remember just like feeling like if I walked into the closet that I was going into this fucking like her world. Like she was literally like right there.
That's a scary movie right there,
dude. It was fucking,
that's like a portal.
But I've actually never even honestly really even talked about this, and I don't ever remember my dreams. And this was the most realest thing. Like, it was like I didn't ever have that other moment, like you said, where it connected anything.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I did wake up feeling like, wow, I just fucking saw my mom just now. Like, that's fucking, like, it was pretty intense. So.
And that feeling,
and it's weird with like someone that, you know, you love that's passed away.
So you know, I've read things where it's almost like it's like your brain just trying to cope with it.
That's what I came to the conclusion of that. Yeah. Is that
I don't believe that for a second.
No.
And here's why.
I almost felt like in the dream that she was almost saying to me like it was okay to, like, you know, you're gonna be fine. You know,
I'm still here. I'm still here.
Exactly. I know
that's
cheesy
exactly
that
what
fucking
it
sounds, but like I was having such a hard time with it, and at that time was already a fucking full-blown drug addict, dude. Like my fucking entire life was in a mess, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I just felt like she was just giving me this like little bit of guidance, like exactly what you said. I'm still here, you know, and
100%.
That's
And you want to tell me how I know that? And it's because those same feelings, right, that you just told, that you've never told before, that you just told, that I've had dreams like that. Other people have those dreams, and they have those same experiences when they do this.
yeah.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
when
you're
they
right.
do this, it feels so real. And you go to another place, and when you go there, that being tells you everything's gonna be okay. There is something after this, and that's what
true, man.
there is something after this.
I like that.
Our energy goes somewhere, and
Can't be created or destroyed.
No. So 100% that shit's real, and those dreams also help us at times when we're at our worst. So they come to us when we're at our worst.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
It felt very comforting.
Yeah.
I woke up like fucking crying.
Yeah.
You know what I
Wow.
mean? Like I was just like fucking.
Yeah, when it feels
That's-
real, it's real, dude. It's real.
And that's good, dude. Like that's true. Like what you said at your worst.
But it was
really
a good,
helps.
it was
It
a good
helps you,
cry.
like,
Yeah.
oh, that's wow. That's
I don't mean to be
powerful.
rude. I have to piss so fucking bad.
Wow. So is
Yeah.
that? Do we just keep going?
Yeah, fuck
Okay,
yeah.
cool, cool.
There's no breaks.
Okay, hell yeah.
So another thing we were
Number one or number two? Don't lie.
Another thing that we were talking about before the show, we had mentioned, I forget what we were talking about. I think we were talking about podcasts and listening to podcasts.
Yep.
And when we first started listening to podcasts.
Yes.
And
It seems like you kind of were like the first one out of you guys.
Yeah,
because I'm new to it for sure.
I remember listening to. So when I started listening to podcasts, we were both working at a place called ST Micro, which is like a Intel type fab where they make microchips, right? You grow them and you go through the process of etching and photo and all that shit. So anyways, it's a huge long process, and you're in these fucking big ass bunny suits. Like,
This is the bunny
okay.
suit.
Here's the bunny suit story. So you think like Homer Simpson bunny suit, not
exactly.
not like the bunny suit that you thought.
Oh, so they're fully like you're safe. It's like,
Yeah,
it's like a guard.
Yeah, you have a little mask on. You're told you have a head thing.
Jeez, dude.
Yeah, all you can see are people's eyes, but they have big glasses on, so sometimes you can't even see their eyes. So the only way that you
Just like
recognize
robots.
the only way you recognize somebody is by their shape and how they move. I swear to God. So you
Their
get
gait and their shape.
Their gait, how they and their shape. That's exactly. And you will
I
run
just be
in.
skipping all the time.
You will run into people outside, and you'll remember how they walked, and you'll be like, "Oh, okay, I know who you are." ST, yeah. Or you'll just see their eyes sometimes,
Yeah.
like if they weren't wearing the eyes. Like some guys wear big glasses that are like the mirror glasses.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we had to work at these places, and you're doing 12 hours on.
Did you tell them what we made?
Yeah.
Like microchips, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So wait, real quick, is that
Every
is
single
that
OG
dangerous?
Xbox. Fuck yeah, it's dangerous.
Like what's like if you
The reason
because it
why
can
is
explode because you can
no,
inhale,
because we
like-
dealt with very, very, very dangerous chemicals like
Oxyacetylene
HF,
gas.
there's like one
damn,
chemical like if you
dudes.
get it on you, you don't even know you have it on you, but then it goes to your bone and just starts eating your bone away and shit. You know,
It's like fucking aliens'
It's
blood.
called hydrofluoric acid.
the hydrofluoric acid. Yeah.
Do they use that for the
Breaking Bad, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
Get rid of the evidence.
They also have I think it's called oxyacetylene gas.
Is that the one that blows up with air?
As soon as it hits oxygen, it blows. It,
Oh my
it ignites.
God, dude.
Yeah, and there was
That's like scary
you know what was
shit.
right next to those pipes? Huge tanks of liquid oxygen, bro.
The whole site was a fucking bomb.
Yeah.
Yo, where's OSHA?
Actually, they
OSHA
used to-
knew about it. Yeah. If it would have blown up and when it was there, it would have destroyed like a 2-mile radius of everything around
I
it.
think it was like 3, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's so sketchy.
They
That
had
is
to
so
level
sketchy.
it. They had to level it.
Yeah, they're like, we had this. Oh, it's no longer.
It's
a thing.
no longer there. Yeah.
So there's
it's there,
apartments
but
on
they
top
just,
of there,
They just
and
put
they're-
cement over that shit.
Yeah, and there's apartments
Good
there,
idea.
and they all have third eyeballs and
Yeah.
shit, like the
And
Simpsons.
my brother says to this.
like,
My brother swears.
Dogs
to,
with 2 heads.
My
fucking
brother.
another arm just fucking come out of here.
My brother swears to this day that's where he got his cancer. So and there was
Dude, that's
other people.
horrible,
Yeah.
man.
So, anyways, we're in there and we're just bored as fuck the whole time. You know what I mean? Because
Mm-hmm.
you're at these fucking computers and the rest of the time you're just sitting down waiting. So I would fucking feed a headphone through one ear and then put it in my ear all the time.
Yeah.
And then I had my iPod in my pocket, so I would just be walking around just hitting next. And
Yeah.
I got bored of music, so I started downloading radio shows. It started with Coast to Coast AM, right, with George
There you
Norrie, Art Bell. Then it went to there was a couple like podcasts.
Did you do Alex Jones back in the day?
Alex Jones,
Dude,
Infowars?
OG.
There you go. There you go.
Infowars.
I want to get behind him, but just sometimes
He was
he's
good back in the day. He
Yeah.
was
This
really
is
good
like
back in the day.
fucking
Yeah.
15, 20
This
years
is
ago. and-
2002.
when it was just like
2001.
crazy that a kind of show was out there. Like
It was when
that, you know what I
iPods
mean? Like,
first
holy
came
shit, look
out.
at all this kind of different
Entertaining.
content, you know?
It was when iPods first came out.
Oof.
You know what's
The
funny?
good
There's a
days.
whole generation of people now that probably don't even know
Know
like
what an
the word
iPod
podcast came from.
Those were
It's
good days,
from the
dude.
iPod.
Simple days.
So I would listen to these podcasts, these early podcasts, like the Adam Curry podcast. I forget what it was called. Comic Book Geek
He's the
Speak.
podfather.
Yeah, he's the podfather. Comic Book Geek
The
Speak.
Podfather, no shit.
Keith and the Girl. All this crazy shit. But anyways, like ST was fucking nuts to be in those
Okay,
fucking.
so hang on, really quick.
So it was because of
you
work. It's
explain-
how you got into podcasting.
Did you explain to
cool.
him the way the bunny suit yet?
Yeah,
Okay.
but go a little bit. Go ahead.
So this is the thing though, is no one knew what podcasts were, fucking, and you weren't allowed to have the headset, the earbud. in.
Yeah,
You were
Okay.
it was a
sneaking
big
So-
no-no.
Yeah, big no. So
Because you've got
McClay's like knocking shit over.
You've got
No.
$250,000
Dude,
worth of
okay.
microchips in these cases
Yeah.
that you're handling multiple cases all day.
Oh my god.
okay, so and he was on a different shift than I
Jesus.
was, and I got him the job there. Well, at least like referred him, whatever. And then people will be come up to me like, "Man, your friend's fucking kind of weird." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "He's always laughing to himself, fucking like, well, I mean, like, check him out, So then like one time, fucking, I stayed after, and he was in his bay and shit, and like he'd just be at like have his lot, what are they called, lots or whatever.
Yeah, lots.
But he'd like be working and then be like going like this and then just stop and be like, but he's in a bunny suit, you know what I mean? And no one knows he has the ear thing in. So he would just be like reacting to the podcast when no one knew what a podcast was. No one knew he had the earbud in. And he'd be like, dude, your friend's weird, dude. He's always laughing and fucking.
Is he okay?
Yeah.
He inhaled too many of those chemicals, bro.
Yeah. But in the bunny suit, you know what I mean? Like this guy just like fucking working but laughing. Like, so it looks like, is this like
Oh
fucking
my
talking to
God,
himself
dude.
or like laughing to himself or what? Like, no, he's listening to podcast. Like, what's a podcast?
Yeah, even
I
that,
don't. I'm
it's
like, I don't know.
yeah,
I didn't even know. I was like,
You're like, he's listening to something,
some
and it's
shit he
hilarious.
downloads at my house.
But the funny part was we tell him bunny suit, and then we explained to him what a bunny suit
Oh,
is,
yeah.
and Manny goes, "Oh, dude, I was thinking like a bunny suit, like a
My
like
mind
an
immediately
Easter
went
bunny
to him
suit."
as like a pink bunny suit, yeah, with his dick
McClay
out.
shows up, to some Easter party. Dick out. It's like wrong one, dude. Wrong suit.
I would love to get
But
an
he
old
had-
school fucking
bunny
old school ST bunny suit.
We just
dude.
wear him for a podcast.
Fuck. I remember Dustin.
We should have wore those during I wanted those during the COVID episode.
Yes.
Dude, so is it the full on like
Full on,
you wear
bro.
when you're
Gloves.
like dealing with
So
You
you
gotta have
viruses?
two different
can't
types of
have,
gloves on.
static electricity, or else it'd fuck up the microchips, and plus just the cleanliness. So it was
Yeah.
for it wasn't for us. It was
You're
for
walking
the product.
you walk into
know what
a
I mean?
place and it's like Star Wars, bro.
It's like clean. You
Everything's
sterile,
white.
just
sterile
all
as
great.
fuck.
office.
Great. You're on a grate that you can see below 20 feet down, and there's all these pipes going. And you can see below 20 feet down, and you're walking on these grates, dude. These white grates.
Where is
it's
this in
like
Arizona?
Star Wars.
9th Street and Bell.
There's multiple ones.
It used
dude.
to look like a fucking UFO shipping center because it was just this
That's what
big,
they're really
huge
doing, bro.
silver fucking building, and it didn't fit with the neighborhood. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
in the area and shit, it looked, and it's also on foreign land. It's owned by France.
French. Yeah.
So like we were
The French are
technically working.
involved.
Yeah.
It was a French company.
Interesting.
French
Yeah.
Italian.
But so this place is like super, super clean, right? Like,
Yeah.
so the big thing is no particles. You're constantly wiping down your station, wiping this and that down. I can't tell you how many times I'd go into the Chase, take one of those rags you're supposed to wipe, and fucking just wipe my sweaty asshole because like I didn't wipe that much. I forgot to wipe it like an extra couple of times when I should have. I'm not even kidding, dude.
Oh, dude, hey, I don't
There
blame
was-
you. I don't
there was
blame you.
nothing
I
worse
was
than
in my
having
early
to
20s, dude. I didn't give a fuck, and like I show
a
my
swamp ass in the bunny suit.
And I go up to my friend Jeff. I'd be like, bro, I just fucking wiped my ass in the Chase. He'd be like, no, you didn't. I'm like, come here. And I'd pull up the trash and I'd show him the poopy wipe. And he'd be like, oh my God, bro.
That's so gross. That's so fucked.
Have you ever taken a shit? Listen, and then about 25 minutes later,
You only
you're
got
like,
10 minutes, bro. You
listen,
got to
no,
badge in and badge out.
I know, yeah. So have you ever taken a shit though and realized that I probably should have waited maybe one more or two more times?
Dude,
okay,
every shit.
Okay, when you
That
get
was pre-baby
it's
wipes
not just
back
badging
then.
in and badging
Dude,
out.
don't use those. Those are bad for the plumbing, bro.
No, they're not, bro.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
Fuck the
I'll send you an
plumbing.
article.
I don't want to read that article, man.
But Manny, you would have to get in and out of these fab suits. So if you have to take a shit, it's 7 minutes of getting out of all this bullshit. You have to walk through an air thing, fucking spin around. I'm not even kidding. And then fucking go take your shit. So I'm not gonna go fucking. I'm not gonna go all the way out there just to wipe my ass twice when I could just go pop in the chase. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, dude. No, I feel what I usually do in that situation. I just roll something up, put it in the crack.
A little plug.
Yeah.
A little plug.
Those are called butt
A
plugs.
little plug.
I want to go as far as a butt plug, but I would say
That's called
a
leakage,
stuffer.
bro.
I would just say a crack stuff. You know,
Dude,
That sounds worse.
It was fucking. You're in these bunny suits, dude, and you sweat because your skin's good. I would roll up fucking paper
dude.
towels and put paper towels over my forehead.
Oh, I bet.
I bet. about
And
that.
under the bunny suit, you know what I mean? Just because you were sweating constantly, man. It was fucking shitty. It was fucking
So
crazy.
did you guys have to have like specific certification to deal with this stuff? Like,
Yeah.
was it a long process?
Remember being on the emergency response team?
I was actually
Dude, sick.
on the safety team.
Well, yeah, the safety team.
So
we
CPR?
would meet. We would meet and we'd go down.
You were on that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, at first, I before I was there, I would hear stories. You guys would go to the bar and you do your
Clay's
meetings
like,
at
"I'm
the
in."
bar.
No. This is the thing. The safety team was such bullshit.
Yeah.
And
You
we
got
were on
paid
night
extra
shift.
to do it.
We were on night shift. So the guy running it was on day shift. He'd have to stay later to fucking have the meetings for the night shift. He didn't want to do that. So he'd be like, let's just have the meeting at the bar. And then he'd fucking buy beers. And I was like 19. And one time he bought me a beer and actually he bought me 2 beers. I was on my second beer. And our supervisors would there's different areas, you know what I mean? Every safety meeting, a different supervisor was supposed to come. This meeting, my supervisor was supposed to come. They never come. I'm 2 beers deep, 19 years old, and she finally decides to come to a meeting.
Oh, no.
This guy's like fucking 8 beers deep, right? Fucking we're just laughing. We're just laughing, having a good time. Ah! Yeah. She walks in. She's like, oh, well, he pulls out his notebook and he tries to have a safety meeting sloshed. It was so fucking fun. And I had a beer. And like my supervisor, she was like, fucking
she knew.
She was probably like actually 25, 26 years old.
Was
you know
that
what I mean?
Cassie?
No, I forgot her
Okay.
name. Angela. I forgot her fucking name though. Her
You just
last
said
name.
it, bro.
No, I mean her last name. But anyway, yeah, it was just weird. Like, just with my supervisors drinking a beer.
Have
like,
you
what
guys
the
ever
fuck?
been in that situation personally where like you are
The supervisor?
fucked up? No,
Oh.
you're fucked up and like you have to play it straight.
Bro.
Every day at
Every
work, I'd be
fucking-
so high there,
every
bro. I'd be
podcast, bro.
so
So like
high.
have you
Every podcast,
you're
bro.
doing very well.
On breaks at ST, they give 2 1-hour breaks. I would smoke as much weed as humanly possible. On
Have
both
you ever
of
been
those
like
breaks.
story Keith
And then
Obit, we need you
Kill,
in the
and tons of fucking cologne.
One time,
Cologne it up.
Yeah,
I did
yeah.
drop some of those wafers, and like he said, that's $250,000. Just right when I started there. And by the way, I was like at the time the youngest person I was like 18, 19 years old. The next youngest person was like 28. That was Travis, and the supervisor wanted to fuck with me and just fire me as a joke in front of everybody. So he brought me in. They're like you said, Keith Obit, can you come down to the office? Ball? So I go down there and everybody's in there and shit. And as soon as he sits me down, he just goes, oh, I can't do this. And everyone just starts laughing. And I'm like, what? He's like, I was going to fucking fire you and walk you out and just make a big joke, but you look so sad that like I just couldn't do it to you. I was so scared. You know what I mean? I was like, seriously, I was like, I just turned 19 years old. I was at this huge fucking corporation. I already didn't know what I
they were
got
gonna
myself
fuck
into.
with you.
And
new guy.
Yeah, they were like, we're just gonna fucking fuck with
Yeah,
this guy. But like he just.
Were you blazed?
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
So good. Saved you a job.
If you weren't high, you might be fired.
But
right
I
now.
still was.
Or you would've
I
been
was still
fired.
scared. I was still high. I was high and scared. I was
Yeah,
just like, oh fuck.
Damn, dude, that sounds like kind of a cool place to work, though. I mean,
Well, it like
you would have to hurry on your break to fucking smoke as much weed and then hit up KFC or Taco Bell
yeah.
and then go check on fucking Vader.
All
We'd
the
always
prime
go
spots
check
were
on
there.
Vader.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
is that a dog?
that was my
Yeah.
previous
Vader.
husky.
Oh, nice, man. You're a husky guy for sure.
But it was
Nice.
definitely a great job for like the time period because I had gotten out of high school. I'd partied my ass off for like 3 or 4 months, and I had no direction. And my parents were just like, "You better go to college. You better go to fucking college." And just fucking luckily, 2 fucking houses down was the HR lady that worked for this company, and she's like, "I might be able to get Keith a job there." They were kind of wanting to fucking hire younger people and shit, and they fucking hired me and stuff. And then as soon as I was in there, I got
everybody
I could.
everybody.
I got like everyone you
way.
could think of
Like
a job.
10 of
there.
our friends.
recruited.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
There you go, man.
And
That's awesome.
and
It was just
at the
chain
time they
reaction.
actually also paid for schooling, so you would pay for school on your own, and then if you got a C or better, you'd show them the grades and they'd reimburse you. So like I got some like I actually went to
Dude, what a great place to work when you're young, man.
yeah
Wow.
yeah. So I was like I was
any age,
bawling
really.
when I was like in my early 20s with this job.
Yeah.
And I would actually feel bad for like other people like my age who were still working at car washes and shit. I wasn't any better. I got just fucking lucky. That's all it was.
Sometimes,
You know what I
man,
mean?
Luck is that sets you up for success right there.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
And you,
What?
STO, dude. Shout out.
I remember fucking I thought Keith was fucking the super baller, man. He had a house at like 19,
No,
bro.
23.
Oh, okay, 23.
A house.
I bought
though?
a 2-story house when I was 23 years old. So granted,
Nice,
I
dude.
was able to afford it and everything, but I was actually I don't want to say victim, but I was part of that
Yes.
loan that I shouldn't have gotten from the housing market.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
the
yeah.
2008 crash. Like I was actually part of that too.
Yeah.
Technically, I could have saved that house if I wasn't a drug addict. You know, but like. I had chances to actually save that house, but I did lose it to that market. But I technically shouldn't have gotten that loan. Honestly,
Oh,
that
I
was
see,
just
I
my
see.
mom saying like, you know, you could actually probably afford to get a house now. I'm like, I don't even know how to do that. Before I knew it, I was approved for like $200,000 for a house, and I was house shopping. You know, I'm like, fuck it.
Damn,
You know, I
dude,
could afford that.
Awesome, yeah.
But like I said, it was just all
At 23,
luck.
yeah, that's like that's the house. That's the party house now. That's the hangout.
Oh,
house.
it's
The
definitely.
problem
we
was he was
barbecued
always
every-
working though. You were always working.
No, it was 3 days on, 4 days off. and
Working
4
or
days
band?
on, 4
Working
days
or the
yeah,
band?
or Halo.
Or Halo.
Ooh, the band, dude. Hey, speaking of a band, let's get one going.
Yeah, dude.
I'm
you
serious.
Fucking still drumming and shit.
Yeah, it's all set up at my house, dude. I got a whole room dedicated
Really?
just to
Like
just to
electric
jamming.
kits.
No, I would love an
No.
electric set, but it's
I would
no, it's
too, but it's
acoustic.
better to jam with someone on a live kit.
Yeah, yeah.
Just that
It's a
fucking,
really simple,
you know.
just snare, rack tom, floor tom, double kick, two crash,
I think I've
ride,
seen it.
hi hat, just like basic set. But yeah, dude, that's one thing I thought you and I like always. I didn't even know you were really into metal, and then like you started playing what's the band that you always
Within the
played?
Road.
Within the Ruins. I'm like,
yeah,
all
yeah.
right, Keith knows what's up, dude.
Well,
Big fan of metal, dude.
I am a huge fan of metal, but I'm also very picky with it. Like I don't like every single metal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm real into just like really creative guitar riffs and stuff like that, and like because there's a lot of metal that's kind of the same that's been played out. Like, you know, if a riff
Totally,
sounds
dude.
like it's from fucking 1990, you know, that Sepultura already did. You know, I'm kind of over
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean? But I don't mind if you go back to that once in a while and shit. But Within the Ruins, man.
Their guitars are melodic, dude. They're like really
They fucking.
it's
I don't
it's-
understand how the guy comes up with the riffs, dude. Like they're just fucking
One guitar player.
and it's one guy.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
yeah. He had
Not the whole
second-
band though, right? Just one guitar player.
One guitar
Well,
player.
he pretty
yeah.
much does everything.
Oh, okay.
He's like
He
kind of
writes
all
the
the songs.
genius behind it. But hopefully one day I can ask him. I just want to ask him how he fucking writes these riffs, because some of the riffs will have like 11 different parts to it. You know what I mean? I'm like, do you just write that jamming, or do you sit down and mathematically piece this
Right,
together and
right.
shit? Or
Dude, that's a big part of it, is like you got to know math to an extent. Like you got to know numbers for sure to write really complicated, just like time signatures that are constantly
sure.
changing. It's like to be a jam player, like you can just go on a set and jam. That's kind of what I am. But when someone starts to throw me like specific types of time signatures and things like that, I honestly, I kind of fuck those up. Like I'm
Well,
definitely more of a jam drummer.
yeah, that's
You
how
have
my.
to really be into that shit.
I wish
though.
Oompa was here. Oompa is one. Do you remember? Do you know Oompa?
What up?
Oh, you know Oompa.
Yeah, I know. I met him once. Yeah.
He's fucking my favorite drummer, dude, of all time. Out of like even fucking famous professional bands, he's so fucking badass and shit.
That's
That fucking,
awesome, dude.
I forgot my
I
point.
didn't know he
Super
played
fun
drums.
to watch.
He jams. I'm sure he just.
Oh, he's a
just-
jam band. He's
yeah.
like like you couldn't tell him like, hey, can you do a 6/7 timing here and then go to like a fucking
Yeah.
blah blah. You
Which
know
is
what?
cool.
But if you actually played it, he would just do it, not knowing that he's doing it. You know what I mean? A 6/7.
Exactly,
But he'd
exactly.
actually probably add his own creative element to it. That that's why I like his. That's why I love Oompa so much is because he's like a creative drummer. He actually it was kind of annoying being in a band with him because he would just sit there and think about the fucking drum beat forever. You know what I mean? You're like, just play a fucking beat, whatever. But but when you record it, listen back, you're like, wow, that's fucking. Nice, I would just play like a, you know what I mean? But he like plays some like weird shit over it, but it's still groovy. You're like,
kind of adds his own style into it.
Did you think of that?
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well,
and how he played too, dude.
Oh yeah.
Just watching him was fucking exciting.
And
I used to be his roadie.
An entertainer.
Yeah.
He definitely comes off as an entertainer for sure.
He is.
He's the funniest guy I fucking ever met.
We still gotta do that video skit, man, at the Rock Church. Where he shows up.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
He messaged me yesterday. He's like, I think it was today. Actually. He's like, Rip Hymans is gonna do a cockumentary. He's like, I own that. Can't steal that. Cockumentary,
dude. I would love to be a part of that production, man. I was gonna ask though, did you guys ever go to like metal shows where there was like hardcore dancing, not moshing?
I hate it, bro. It is the cheesiest. I gotta talk about this.
You're a dancer, huh?
I gotta talk. Well,
I did it, but
that shit is bro, so fuck, dude? Gay.
We're throwing down.
Now, when I say gay. If you're gay out there, you know what I mean when I say that shit. I can't believe you said that. Gay. That shit was cheesy gay.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
It was fucking. I was embarrassed.
I know what you're saying. Yeah. You know what?
Were you embarrassed doing it? Were you embarrassed doing it?
No, dude, I felt fucking cool, man.
That shit's so weird, dude.
So okay,
this is weird.
My opinion. No, I'm actually glad that you feel this way because like I have a really strong opinion on it too. It is. Looking back, it's super whack. It's whack. It's like yeah. Looking back, embarrassed. In the moment, cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, fucking look at this sick like
lawnmower pull.
Yeah, lawnmower.
Yeah, I know the lawnmower. That's the only one I know. It's my favorite.
But no, the thing, and you know,
I didn't know there's like choreographs.
Oh, they're fucking choreographed.
Keith,
in front of a mirror.
What?
At least you can admit it, bro.
I straight up would play metal in my room and fucking I threw down.
You threw down,
dude. I hope this is this going on? Is this going on the internet?
Did you put eyeliner on?
We're gonna clip this shit, bro.
Yeah, this is a clip.
No, I didn't put no makeup on. I wasn't. It wasn't Norwegian black metal.
Eyeliner. Starts doing the lawnmower in the mirror. Hey, can you like just name 3 other dance moves? Because all I know is a lawnmower.
The windmill.
Everyone knows that.
Yeah. So okay, the donkey kick.
The donkey kick.
That's not a. That's like a chokehold. Like that's not cool. That's lethal.
Yeah,
it is dangerous.
What do? Just kick backwards?
Just kick you all your strength. You kick backward, and if someone's behind you, straight up gone, nuts, obliterated.
Oh.
Okay.
Do people want to get hit in those things?
I was gonna say this is why I think.
Because I remember like mosh pits, people just would fucking want to get their ass beat.
But then they'd help each other up.
And then they would help each other.
That was lost with this type of dancing sometimes. Okay, there was a crew. This is the crazy shit. Looking back, I'm like, you guys, I hope you guys feel bad for what you did to the scene. There's a crew called the 24 Crew. I don't know if you heard of these guys. So metal shows, like hardcore metal shit.
Here in Phoenix.
Wow. I think Phoenix and California were the only places really. But the 24 Crew was a group of like 22 to 25-year-old 22 to 25-year-old people.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
that. No. So it was like older dudes that would go to shows with like 16 to 20-year-olds. And they would beat they would instigate fights by doing the dance moves.
Yeah, they got
so they would
off
do
on it.
dance moves, but then they would kind of get, because you're supposed to kind of like keep a distance.
Yeah.
When you're doing the dancing.
That's what I noticed. Yeah, and that's why it's so weird to me. It's like
it's like checkers, dude.
Yeah.
Like no one's like trying to hit each other.
Yeah.
Just kind of
everyone
dancing.
has their own bubble.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've seen that now.
But then these guys, and would pop your bubble. They would purposely hit you. And then what do? You go, yo, bro, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
And then you're jumped.
Yes.
You're not just him and all his homies wait. And it was a 24 Crew, and they were straight edge. So they all had like XXX tattoos.
Yeah.
And straight edge crews have always been violent. I remember going to metal shows. People would smoke cigarettes, and they would get jumped for smoking a cigarette.
Oh,
that happened at I believe that happened at Boston's.
I've heard so many stupid stories about that shit. Yeah,
and so those guys, like, they actually closed down the venue here called the Fix. The Fix was a small venue.
I remember the Fix. That's where we saw Far played there. I fucking saw Kid Rock there back
Was that
before
when it's
Kid
called the
Rock.
Heat?
Dude,
Yeah,
that's
that
a
was when it
small
was called
venue,
no,
bro.
yeah, I think
The
it was
Heat.
called the Heat. Yeah, it was when it was called the Heat. It turned into
I
the
saw,
thing.
That's cool.
Um,
That's cool.
This is like before anybody knew who Kid Rock was, and
So-
I thought he was cool
I saw
because nobody knew who he was.
I saw Systems of
Good.
a Down
I'm
there.
glad you
dude.
mentioned that.
And I realize how bad that is now, and
McClay,
I'm
you know who I
embarrassed
saw
by
there?
it. So I'll take the embarrassing
Okay.
seat right now. So
You're good.
fucking high five, brother.
Thanks for meeting me halfway.
Yeah.
I saw Systems of a Down there.
No, you did not.
I swear to God.
At the Fix?
Not only did I see them there, we
That's a
tagged
s-
up their trailer with our band stickers because their trailer had stickers of all these other bands with it. Let's put our sticker on there. We put a couple
Okay,
stickers up.
I'm officially jealous as
We saw
fuck.
Will Haven
That's
there,
my
bro.
favorite band.
I saw Clutch there.
I remember that. Yeah, I think I was there for that. No, I wasn't.
Is that the one right off the 202
Yes.
and then you
Yep.
make a left?
Yes.
Like almost
I
immediately.
think it's a
little-
coffee shop at day
Yeah.
and then a venue at night. It's super small.
Small, super small.
And it's an intimate venue.
So here's when we went. We weren't gonna like Kid Rock. We had heard about Kid Rock from
Too
something-
short.
Yeah, Too Short. That's exactly what it was. Too
Yeah.
Short. Yeah. And so we're
This
like,
was before like the Kid Rock we know now. right?
Yes.
He was just kind of like a.
so
was it a different name then too?
no, he always
Okay.
went by Kid Rock, and he so
right before a bottle with a bottle.
yeah, right before that album came out, right before it came out. And we're like, fuck it, let's just go check it out. And we went and checked it out. And he's sitting at the bar and there's nobody there. And we don't know what this dude looks like, right?
Yeah.
Because we're thinking like the high top fade from fucking the Too Short era, right? He used to have
He
a
used
high
to look
top
like that.
fade.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And there's this dude in a
Nice.
like straight up album cover. He had the full fucking shoulder to floor trench coat, fur coat, right?
Nice.
The hat on, the fucking gold chains.
120
He was a
out.
pimp. He looked like a pimp.
Yeah, the no shirt and this fucking beautiful black chick sitting next to him, and that's all that was
Nice.
there, right? And so we're just sitting there, and we get a beer, and we don't even realize it's him, and we're fucking bullshitting with him. He's just bullshitting with people, and then when the show gets ready to start, so this is before the album came out, right? We don't know anything about Joe C or any of that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He comes out with fucking Joe C, you know, and he plays every fucking instrument on the stage. He plays the fucking
Wow.
the turntables, the drums, the guitar, the bass. He plays everything and just fucking jams out. Joe C's up there rapping with them. They're fucking. It was one of the craziest shows, and there was like fucking 6 people there. Dude.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was crazy.
But you know
That-
what? Like 6
dude,
months later, he was the
you can't
biggest
beat
thing
that.
in the
You
world.
yeah, he
not
was the
beat that.
biggest thing
6
later.
months
6 months
later.
later, yeah.
Dude, you're one of the lucky people that actually got to experience a band, someone who became great
Yeah.
when they weren't known.
It was
yet.
crazy,
We've
dude.
done that with a lot of bands.
I've
I did that
never-
with Incubus. I'm not as
Seriously.
big of an Incubus fan
They're dope.
before,
They're dope.
but
Science was
Science, their
amazing.
fucking album Science was amazing. I actually had a conversation with the singer about how they were trying to sound less heavy and they were going to ditch the Adidas because they were kind of getting sick of being
Korn.
put in that Korn fucking like category and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And so like they purposely dropped the Adidas, and I think it was Make Yourself was the next album, and it was mellower and shit. And God, I forgot that name of that club in Tempe where Hayden Square.
Hayden Square.
But it wasn't. It was an outside. Is when they played inside and shit. And
Really?
there was probably like 50 people there, 100 people there. You know what I mean? Like real small.
Super low key.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
You know, one
That's
of
so
the
cool.
bands I'm super embarrassed about being super into.
Oh, Nickelback, dude.
No, and this I was realizing
I'm-
this
you're like,
last
I'm into
night
them.
because I saw one of their first videos, probably their very first
You like
video.
a lot of lame shit.
Corn.
Oh, wait.
You
say
don't
that
like
again?
Korn anymore?
How did we like Corn, bro?
I actually used to not like Korn, bro. Now I kind of like them.
Corn is terrible, dude. I respect them for what they did. They changed music, like you say. You always say that they turned a bad sounding sound, you know, like their down-tuned guitars, and
True,
and then
true.
they
So okay, whether you like their
That's a
music
good
or
point.
not, everyone's playing. Every fucking one in metal uses a 7 or 8 string guitar, and that would never happen if it wasn't for Korn.
Yeah.
Do you know the story of that? How they
Mm-mm.
fucking discovered 7 strings? Do you know the history of the 7 string
No,
guitar?
no, not at
The
all.
7-string guitar came out by Steve Vai. Do you know who that is? He's like
No.
a 80s shredder guitar player, you know, like a guy who just solos, you know,
Yeah.
like a Joe Satriani, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So he came out with the 7-string, but it was an extra high string to fucking shred on. But fucking it wasn't a hit or anything like that. But then the two guys from Korn, Monkey and Head, were in a guitar store and saw the 7-string. We're like,
Yeah.
well, what if we fucking, instead of use the high string, have those as the 6 strings and just add an extra low string? Like they're the ones that created that extra, and we could tune lower because if you tune down to A or B on a 6 string, the string's too flimsy to, you know, make chords and shit. They could actually get a tone out of it, you know? And now fucking that's like a standard procedure to have a 7 or 8 string.
They go
now,
even
you know?
farther. Like, like
especially
9 strings,
9 string
fucking,
guitars.
Yeah.
So I
I've seen that
respect
shit.
him for that. But I was listening to it going,
Are you
Jonathan Davis.
the original one?
The original album. Jonathan Davis was fucking horrible. He is one of the worst
the
lead
vocalist?
singers ever, in my opinion. I got a lot of respect for the guy. I have a ton of respect for the guy. He's a good dude. He went through a lot of shit, and
Because we had that teenage angst. And he was like crying. Remember, it was like the first person that we heard cry, and we're like, holy shit, he's crying.
Yeah,
like that
He
was
cried
like,
in the song.
Oh yeah,
yeah. There's
their
a
first
song
album.
that because he got I believe molested or something as a child, and there's actually their home video, I forgot what it was called. It shows him recording it and shit, and he's just like
spitting everywhere,
just, just fucking just letting it all out. And when you hear it, it's pretty fucking
That's
know,
actually
dark,
pretty cool.
you know.
Yeah.
And I got respect for that.
I
I got respect for
That's
the
real.
like they helped create a genre of music, right? But
That's true.
But when I
I was
listen
always
to
a
it now,
Deftones guy.
I've always been a Deftones guy, and
Terry Date.
and
Shout out.
I listen to it and I'm just like, I don't understand how we fucking like this shit, man. It's so terrible.
I mean, he
like
can
I
make
remember
that sound. He can,
You know, I don't think of that as corn as much as like
Phil D's
chamber.
bass is so goddamn bad, bro. Phil D's bass sound is the worst. Like his bass sounds
maybe
so
he wanted
shitty.
that. Maybe
Cold
he wanted
Chamber's
Of course
worse,
he did.
bro.
Cold Chamber was terrible.
But
But,
I was
dude-
listening to that like a few weeks. I was like, what the fuck? There's a lot of man music. That,
But
you look back, you're like, why?
that's always how
Why
life
was
is,
I doing
though.
that?
I loved their drummer David Silvera.
He's one of the baddest
Yeah.
drummers ever.
Yeah, he's amazing, and I like Head and Monkey. I got a lot of respect for them, but fucking Phil D is fucking terrible, dude. He's fucking terrible. Like, and I got a respect for him. You know, whatever. You know.
He was the bassist.
Yeah.
They're probably just like, dude, you're cool to hang out with. You know,
He was a cool dude.
You party
He's
hard,
a
but you
super
suck at
cool-
Sometimes
bass.
it's just sometimes the neighborhood kid just has
Yeah.
the bass and he
Yeah.
just becomes
He's
the
a cool
player,
motherfucker,
You know?
yeah.
Sometimes you just need a good friend.
He's
you know?
super cool, motherfucker. Yeah.
I remember
That's
I
how it
fucking
was.
like turned Casey Hill into a bass player just because we needed one.
Yeah.
I was just like showing him like this
Dude,
is how you play
bassists-
these songs on the
Bassists
bass.
totally get that rap. You know, like, oh, you're a bassist. Just kind of like, you know, just
Go
strong.
along.
But
Yeah,
a good
go along.
bassist will add so much to it. Look at fucking was
Absolutely.
it John Paul Jones
Yep.
from fucking Led Zeppelin or
Yeah.
the dude from Sublime,
Jay
fucking
Maynard.
Jay Maynard. Fuck yeah, Jay
Bassists
Maynard's
deserve
bad
more
as fuck.
respect. Basses are dope.
Yeah.
The bass,
But dude, I was gonna say like just before we get off topic of the Fix, because that actually got closed because of
The
Back to
24
the
crew.
24 crew. Yeah, I'm not done with
Oh,
them.
I'm sorry, bro. Fuck.
This is my my love letter to them.
Are they gonna fucking?
I might get killed. Actually. I'm not gonna lie. They might be like a part of a bigger gang now. You know, they grew up. You
There's
know,
like a sniper.
they're no
on
longer
your head.
they're no longer straight edge. But no, that venue got closed down because of them. They were a part of this huge. It was this big. I personally was not there, but a lot of my friends were, and they filmed on their cameras back in the day, which was like obviously pixelated, horrible footage. But there was like tear gas. Cops showed up with tear gas. Like these people, it was a huge. The band was
Brawl.
fighting. The band was called Carnifex, and
I've heard of them.
they're
Yeah,
really
I know
cool.
Carnifex.
Yeah, and the bandmates got involved because the 24 crew, because they said something that pissed them off. And my friend said the bassist was literally like hitting the dudes with his guitar. And the fight turned out with the fans of Carnifex and Carnifex themselves grouped together against this gang, honestly. And they're fighting. They take it out to the streets, man. There's like people that are getting messed up. And the cops show up and tear gas is released, all of that. And then the Fix is closed down. All because there's people that took it way too far.
I know, but why?
serious.
How did it get shut down? The city shut it down. The owners were like, "Fuck this," or
I think
Probably a little bit
lawsuits.
of both. Yeah.
lawsuits. Wow, dude.
Lawsuits.
That's
Yeah, they were
crazy.
like,
What's the goal and objective of this fucking group? Just to incite violence?
Yeah, just go out there and
so
fight.
it's
That's
actually,
fucked
you know
up. I
what's,
hate
you know
that
what's,
shit.
yeah, you know what's the really weird thing about it? If you ask them, it wouldn't be that. It would be, we're trying to let people know drugs are bad. Wow. So you punch them in the face.
Yeah. So he beat us up.
So then now I have to go to the hospital for a broken jaw, get prescribed drugs. Thanks, asshole.
Yeah, no shit.
You're the reason I do drugs.
yeah.
Yeah, no shit.
No, but like honestly, I'm not like this is back in the day.
Yeah.
Like I don't know anyone personally.
People
but,
change.
people change.
Hopefully they're better.
but that's kind of like just what you see all the time. There's just like just what's going on with the whole protest thing. You get people out there that are like, okay, this is a great thing, but I'm gonna take advantage of this.
They're
And,
opportunists.
Yeah, they're like, let's go.
Yeah.
Multiple things. Let's just go steal, or because they're not gonna blame it on me. They're gonna blame it on the protesters, or let's actually be instigating more violence.
Yeah.
So there's like, you actually want people to start fighting, or you just want to steal.
Yeah, like the people
But-
handing out bricks. I saw a video where like
they're
a
just
girl
laying
was
bricks
yeah.
around.
Yeah, I saw a video literally where a car's driving and they're just handing out bricks, and this lady grabs a brick and is like, "What the fuck? Quit handing out bricks! What the fuck are you doing? We don't want, you know what I mean? Like that shit happening.
Mm-hmm.
That's just gonna destroy our neighborhood."
Yeah, I saw a video as well, man, McClay, where there was these girls spray painting a Starbucks.
Yes.
Black BLM and
The white ladies?
yeah, these white girls
On the
and-
on the black owners?
I
see,
didn't see that. No,
This is
But
the most
it's the same
embarrassing video I've
video,
ever
yeah.
seen. Yeah, it's two
Oh,
white
it's the same video?
ladies writing Black Lives Matter on a owner of
it was a
black.
Starbucks, I thought.
I don't know if it was a Starbucks or
Yeah,
not,
yeah.
but the owner
It
was
was.
black. And these black people are like, "What the fuck are you doing? The owner's black." And these fucking white ladies are just fucking ignoring, acting like they're doing like this great cause, and they just
They're like,
finish it
we
up and they
agree with
walk
you.
off.
We agree
It's
with
like,
you.
what the?
Yeah.
But
That's
she's
so
like,
embarrassing.
see, and that's the thing. It's like, you might agree with me, but
You don't
guess
live in
who's
this
gonna get
neighborhood.
blamed?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think
This
that's
is our
exactly,
neighborhood.
and that's kind of this. That's like that's a big issue. Is
Yeah.
it's like, even if you do. Like, if you do agree with what's happening with Black Lives Matter, that's
That
great.
doesn't help.
But listen to someone who's actually leading the group,
Yeah.
and don't go off and start trying to do something like anarchy.
in
'Cause
Scottsdale, away from everything that's going on anyway. Like,
Yeah.
that doesn't,
Yo,
It's
Jake,
so obvious.
Jake Paul, dude,
Yeah. Yeah.
fucking, you got arrested for a reason, bro, because you're hanging out with a bunch of white kids, destroying Fashion Square in Scottsdale. Go to destroy shit in LA, dude. Don't come out to Phoenix,
Yeah, that's kinda
Arizona.
weird.
Don't come out to a beautiful area and like do that. That's fucked
Yeah.
up. So
kind of weird.
yeah, I mean, people that are like looting and destroying things, they don't. It's,
But the last 4 days, like you said, have been really fucking peaceful. Like the
All over the
protests.
country.
Yeah.
that's true. It's shifted for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
it's always been there, but that's a big thing too. Is like, there's been a lot of peaceful protesting. That's been happening for years, right?
Yeah.
And then it's just, this is kind of showing you like, hey man, I guess we got to make a little noise.
And I get that. I'm not. I don't think it's a good thing, but I understand it. There's a comedian that I really like, that got a lot of heat recently, Ari Shafir. But Ari Shafir used to say, and I don't know if you remember
Ari's
this,
funny as hell.
yeah, Ari used to always say, the only way that this shit's gonna change is when violence happens, because that's just how it works. Whether it's right or wrong it doesn't matter. The
It's
only
the
way
the
things
system-
get changed is until people start dying.
Mhm.
It's
Dramatic,
yeah.
dramatic. It needs to be severe.
It's just that is just the way it is. It's not right, but that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And by the way, Ari, we're not about cancel culture. We still rep you up there. So.
Fucking A. Fuck cancel culture.
Yeah.
What's that about?
Well, I don't. Did you hear the shit that he got? It was probably
I
right
don't
when
Kobe Bryant bullshit.
Yeah, I did. And I mean, there's a part of me
Comedians
that's like,
swing
dude,
and miss. Comedians swing and miss all the time. That's what comedians do.
that is very true.
I'm just
That
saying,
is
I'm not
very
the
true.
kind of guy that's just gonna take
Yep.
the poster down just because of fucking one
No.
bad moment.
I'm the
you
same
know,
way,
so.
dude. Do I?
And
do
he's
I,
back
do I
anyway.
hate Louis C.K.? No.
No.
I'm about to pay $7 for his new special. I mean, he's a fucking genius. I'm gonna fucking. I
When's
want
that
to
come
hear.
out?
It's already out.
Oh man,
It's $7, but that's $7 worth it.
he
I
needs it,
think.
man. I'm
Yeah.
probably,
No, he doesn't.
Probably
need it.
not,
No,
no.
no.
Well, no.
I need it.
We need it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
humor. Let's get some humor. We need some humor.
He has such a good fucking viewpoint on things.
That's kind of like.
but this came out. This was before all this crazy shit too that he filmed it. So
I thought he put one out that was after everything.
I don't think so.
Oh.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think he did. He filmed one.
Well, what I'm trying to say is that's usually material that he's been probably working on
true.
for like a
Oh,
few months
yeah.
leading up to it. I don't think he's gonna have like
It's
just these fresh
incorporated.
jokes like from right that time.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because
I really want to get some more comedians on this show.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
Can we talk about?
I know someone that would do it.
That's what I was gonna say.
Dude, I'll hook you guys up. I got some ideas, bro. Seriously, there's a lot of people that I'm like would love to be on the show.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
I got you. Recruitments.
Well, we have to wrap here soon, but there's a couple things I want to talk about. Is it cool to talk about like your duties and like what it was like as a producer, fucking on the
Yeah,
dude,
Commando
yeah.
show?
Fuck yeah.
Because I see your stories, dude, and you're fucking behind these fucking Starship electronic booths with buttons and fucking screens. Looks like you're fucking
Yeah.
lifting off to Mars and shit, and it looks like a badass production you're running there.
Yeah, dude, crash landing for sure though.
That's the best way to learn, bro. Yeah. That's the best way to learn.
Is it live?
Get in there and do it.
You said you heard of that show from...
I used to listen to Kim Commando when I was delivering pizzas every Saturday or Sunday. Saturday?
Dude.
Every Saturday?
Shout out, McClay. That's cool.
Dude, that's all. Every Kim Commando, I would listen to her every weekend.
Yo, Kim, if you're watching this, Kim, new fan.
Her studio's
old
up
fan.
there.
Old fan.
Long-time listener.
And not only that, big fan of fucking Barry Young. I used to listen to Barry Young all the time.
That's her hubby.
Yeah. I grew up listening.
He's awesome, man.
I got family who are in the radio business.
Dude, radio's. Yeah. I actually was not even into radio that much until I started working there. Now I listen to talk radio a lot.
Yeah.
I just, I think it's really cool. But yeah, wow, man, you should be a caller one time. You really should, dude. That'd be awesome.
First time, long time.
Yeah.
First time, long time.
Oh no, first time caller, long time listener.
Yeah, that's what it is. First time, long time.
First time, long time.
This is Brian from the Bogcast. First time, long time.
Dude, we're gonna do it. We're gonna shout out. Dude, we honestly could do that. Oh, I'm not kidding. Listen, we get a lot of people.
That would be awesome.
We get a lot of people who call in about how to get a podcast started.
Nice.
Okay, I'm like, so if we have you guys on, you could totally like kind of ask him that question.
Keith's got a video he's got to put out about making a podcast. It's all ready to go,
dude. Let's get you guys on the show for sure.
I'm telling you,
awesome.
dude. If you need to know how to make a podcast, I've seen every single fucking video on YouTube. We've had every fucking problem troubleshooting. Like we've been through it, dude. Like I feel like if it's one thing we know how to do, it's to at least start a podcast.
I could see that, dude. Because when I first started talking to you, you were asking me questions.
That's what I was gonna say. That's not with much help from a lot of people. I'm asking
you questions now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you definitely figured it out. But dude, I would just say pretty much.
This is a dumb question, really quick though, because I'm not familiar with the Kim Commando show. I apologize, but what do you guys like talk about? Do and it's a radio
new technology, show? Basically.
Yeah.
Oh,
she's very good about new technology and reviews and what's the best to buy for the price point and
exactly.
And she is super smart when it comes to like software and hardware and all kinds of crazy shit. She's been doing that since day one, dude.
She's like AM or FM?
Since our age, man. 26 is like I think it was her first TV appearance when she was 26. It's called Computer Tutor. And if you haven't seen it, that's a 90s nostalgic blast, man. It's so much fun to watch Kim as like 26-year-old doing this like kind of pay-per-view computer lesson thing. It's so cool.
And she's national.
She's national. We're over
national.
400 stations.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we're over 400 stations, and we have a few stations in Canada.
Is this on AM?
Yeah.
And FM, right?
And both.
FM, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man. And then we're on Sirius XM as well. The Kim Commando show's on Sirius XM. She does podcasts throughout the week, and then our YouTube channel, all that,
What are your roles like behind the scenes when you're doing all that crazy shit?
Pretty much, man. Like throughout the week, there's video editing I do for the YouTube channel. I put together certain videos. We do like kind of DIY videos, like how to protect yourself online, how to iPhone tricks you didn't know about, things like that. Just all these different DIY videos. And then also like videos from the show, callers that call on the show, put those together. I edit audio as well. So they kind of have me doing a bunch of things like, because when COVID-19 hit, she had to let go the entire production crew except me. Oh. And the only reason she thankfully kept me on was because I understand video and audio editing, but then I also was taught how to book the show, how to come up with different ideas for callers, and I know how to schedule them. I know how to get a hold of them.
Yeah, you've asked me actually like a few ideas of what I mean. I could see you being proactive on all that shit.
I have a blast doing it, dude. I actually really love to look up different stories and find these really interesting articles and interesting people, and then talk to them and see what kind of vision they have for the interview, and then what does Kim want to get out of the interview, and then I put together some questions. I'll write up some intros for them, just little writing for each show, each caller. Then finding the callers is a big part, and then scheduling and things like that, and then on top of that, just editing video and audio.
Well, as far as video and audio, so how do you shoot the video and record the audio?
Those are all done with the studio cameras. So these are like just.
So is everything already synced?
Everything's already
even the
in.
audio.
Yeah. So it's actually really interesting how they do it. It's a radio show and a TV show at once. So they're recording both at the same time. So we have someone, Mike James, who's like the radio. He's the one that does all the radio recording.
So it's like the audio is going to like kind of two different outputs, the radio output and then
video as well.
I see.
Yep. And since we lost pretty much the entire production crew, I have a lot to learn, but we're starting to incorporate more of the TV things. Now we're trying to switch cameras. We're trying to add to the Chiron, which is like you change the names of the lower third. We're doing transition shots, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I'm working with the IT dudes who are awesome, and we're trying to learn how to work the
what programs do you use during the stuff to do all that stuff? What programs are you using?
Well, we mainly just record. Honestly, I'm not sure on the program, but I know that we just use like a TriCaster for when it comes down to the switching of the cameras, the graphics.
Those are badass.
A clip jockey as well, which is kind of where you download the footage that you're going to be using, and then
you edit on Premiere though, right?
Yeah, all Creative Cloud, definitely, man. That's the best, dude.
I see that on your story.
Yeah, man. And the computers there are lightning fast. It's just like you can get something done so quickly, which is so important for editing, man.
Yeah. What about the lower thirds? Do you create your own, or do you have someone to make those, or do you just use the Premiere ones?
No, we create. Well, we find there's the story blocks in Dreamstime. Are these websites that you can
buy them?
Yeah, you buy them pretty much. Exactly, you get the rights for them. But then you can pull them into After Effects and you can make your own changes. Yeah. So you can kind of make it your own.
I've been just fucking around downloading a bunch of free ones, just kind of experimenting still with the ones that I want to settle.
Dude, I have an account for Dreamstime and Storyblocks.
I want one where when it says our names or something, a little frog hops out and then hops back. You know what I mean?
See, when you get specific like that you might need to get someone to actually
After Effects or something,
someone that's in graphic design or that can actually do that for you.
No, actually, this is how I want it.
But
the frog comes out, then the tongue, and then says our name or whatever, and then comes back.
That would be so sick.
And then pops fucking back off.
If it rolls,
you know what? It would be cool just to have a toad that just hops across the screen every once in a while, and then it'll just do different reactions. Like sometimes it'll go just a couple steps this way and then go back. Yeah. Sometimes it'll go all the way.
You can edit all that shit.
No, I mean we should have them made, and then we just throw them in.
Yeah. No,
they're overlays.
That'd be a really cool idea. Yeah, man. But it's a big time learning experience, man. There's a lot going on in that spaceship that you mentioned, because it's a huge control room, and now it's
Is that TriCaster user friendly?
Nah, once you know what you're looking at, yeah.
That's the ultimate thing that it's fucking 20 or 30 grand, I think, or probably even more than that.
They're so expensive, yeah.
But,
around
that.
But
there's a mini one. I just saw that mini
Black
one.
Magic,
I wonder if that's
dude.
one that Red Band uses.
I think it might.
They're $400.
Black Magic makes one like that.
Yeah. I just recently saw one. It looks like a keyboard, and
you just go like this to go back and forth from the cam.
Yes,
you just cut between cameras,
and then it records it like that.
Yeah,
and then can you still edit it though? Or are those cuts already?
So that's a great
printed?
question. You can record it. So there's a program, and then there's also
backup.
Yeah, there's the program is exactly what the program sees, but then there's you can record each camera. So then you have multiple files for each camera without edits. Then you have the program edit. So sometimes
if you cut too fast and you're you know what, I want more of him, you could just
you would hop into your camera files and pull those specific shots. So then you could recreate the cut. Yeah. They're cool, man. It's really for live recording. Yeah, for sure. It's cool, man. There's a lot to learn though still when it comes down to all that, man.
Sounds like you're pretty excited about it, man. That sounds
I love
cool.
it, dude. I love just working in the media field.
I know what it's like to love your job and be excited about it. That's fucking very rare, bro. Yeah, be happy and be stoked about that. You should
absolutely, man.
Congrats on that.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Fuck yeah, man. Do you have anything you want to plug or your probably your Instagram for
just
sure.
My butt, dude.
That's already plugged.
Yeah, get some toilet paper. Yeah,
fucking leakage.
I forgot to wipe. No, that's gross. No, man. I would just say honestly, yeah. Do you guys add those to the description?
Yeah.
Check me out, Instagram, all that. YouTube though, I actually do plan on putting out a YouTube series, pretty much just sketch comedy. I already have a channel, but I've been slacking on the videos. But I want you guys a part of it. I want whoever I know that has ideas or are willing to act in it, just be a part of
game.
It. Yeah, dude, you've sent me some of the ideas you have. I would love to work with you, man. But it's called Cut Action Comedy is going to be the channel. So once that's out, I'll definitely start promoting that. And then that's pretty much it, man. Just check out my work on the social medias and then wait for that YouTube channel to start popping.
Hell
Fuck
yeah.
yeah, dude.
Main thing.
You want to do some shout outs real
Yeah.
quick?
Shout out to Hempel Farms. Definitely want to give a big shout out to Hempel Farms and Paw Putty. Also, shout out to Mellow by Design CBD and Nice Dreams CBD. Shout out to Quick Scope Apparel.
Hey, yo. That's sick.
Yeah. Shout out to This, That, and the Other. Big, definitely, you guys, if you get a chance, follow Binge on This and This, That, and the Other, and watch their Instagram, because Brian's out there posting some really interesting stuff on Instagram right now, just kind of putting it up there for posterity, or history's sake, kind of just showing videos and stuff. It's very interesting.
Oh,
so
shit,
big
I gotta
shout
check
out.
that out.
Yeah, big shout out to Brian at This, That, and the Other, and Sam at This, That, and the Other, and everything they're doing over there. Shout out to Strong Heart Jiu-Jitsu. Mike is back open. They're back open over there at Strong Heart Academy. They do kids classes. They do obviously adults, and they have all kinds of awesome programs and stuff. Check out Strong Heart Academy and AZ80HD podcast. That's AZ80HD podcast for Mike. Me and Keith were on there recently. I don't know if it's out yet. It might not be out yet. It might be out soon. But definitely go check out Strong Heart Academy. Check out, definitely shout out to Bud's Glass Joint. Both shops. Yeah, both shops on Roosevelt and on Grand. Shout out to Greg and Bud over there. Those guys are staples in the community, good dudes. And we really respect everything they do over there. We're going to try and get Greg on here soon, so shout out to them. I'm sure there's people I'm missing, but other than that, just make sure to check out Tales from the Flip Side on YouTube and Absolute Geek Podcast, and like and subscribe to the Bogcast.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, and thanks again for coming on, man.
Of
You can
course,
come back
bro.
anytime you want and shit.
Dude, it was a pleasure.
Let's start filming some shit.
Yes, dude. Content coming soon.
Sweet. And that is a wrap on episode 87 of the Bogcast.
That's how we do it.
Bang!